What is going on, Panther Lair? We are back talking about the Pittsburgh Panthers 103-63 victory over the Binghamton Bearcats this past Wednesday night at home. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit here about Macari, give you my thoughts on, is he going to fit into the rotation going forward? Also wanted to take an opportunity to kind of layer in my thoughts to Kieran Mullen. I think in a 40-point victory, obviously these guys are going to get a little bit more playing time. Mullen's playing time's a little bit more secure currently given Papaconti's injury, but wanted to talk about these guys. Not sure how much longer I'm going to get a chance to do so. Seems like a good time. So let's dive into this first sequence here. Obviously, Pitt has this game in hand. I really think that they pretty much had this game in hand going into halftime, but hey, for the sake of Moore's playing time, obviously we're going to focus more on the last part of the game here, kind of this final stretch, because he did play 8 minutes. So going into this sequence here, and this is kind of my first thing with Mullen. Really like his screen setting angles. If you've noticed over, not just this season, but the screen setting that the Panthers have, like the synergy between the two, between the screener and the ball handler, not always there, right? You consistently see offensive fouls. Some of those are on the ball handler going too quickly. I think that's been the case a little bit more this year than in past years. And I think that that's kind of the tendency for this team. And what I really like with Mullen is that he doesn't get to the side of the ball handler's defender. He tends to set these angled and just slightly lowered. It gives him an opportunity if Nojus Indricitis goes a little earlier here before he's set, that he still has an opportunity prior to contact to kind of reset here a little bit to draw the contact. And I think Mullen's done a good job of resetting and positioning himself to have the ball handler's defender get screened. And I think that's obviously an important part. And you see, again, Binghamton's not really a great team by any means, but there's a lot of instances where, Pitt was able to create advantages on screens, which we haven't seen in other games. So, for the sake of their season, maybe that's something they can continue to work and improve on. But you see that just minor reset there, right? No contact prior, so definitely in his, rights to do that, so to speak. Now we're in an advantage position. And when in their advantage position, right, help has to come over and do that. This is just simple offense, and good offense oftentimes is just simple offense. And again, Bearcats not really a good team, but you got to see a lot of simple offense, just, drive, penetrate, find the open guy, kick it out, and, catch and shoot. And I think that that's something that the, Pitt was successful at. So here we go, second sequence. Really, again, like the usage. This is pretty much designed for Moore, so I like that, in terms of being able to break down film, that he had this opportunity. Is going to come through a series of screens here as he kind of runs this like pseudo zipper cup of sorts. Does get his man in a trailing position. Maybe there's an opportunity to cut this a little tighter. I don't know, that's maybe nitpicky. Gets this, though, resetting of the screen. Really like the pacing here and his feel. So, again, good enough screen here where now Moore's defender's in a trailing position. That's going to definitely engage decisions needing to be made here by the screener's defender. At this point, probably kind of deep into the roster for Binghamton. So, again, not really a great team. And he just kind of takes a little stutter there to allow himself to get free for the layup. Again, some screen feel here. Good re-screen, changing the angle. Here we go, just a little stutter step. Obviously, screener's defender turns back to Sualipa, and in doing that, just kind of drives into the space that he's going to vacate. Bearcats, not really a great team, but, this is good feel. I think with Moore, the issue is, the bigger issue is that there's a lot of guys in front of him at that position. Barring foul trouble, I don't foresee him logging consistent minutes, especially once ACC play starts. Also, I think his thing really holding him back is he's committed 11 fouls in 34 minutes, which is kind of like a foul every 3 minutes. He played 8 minutes in this one, committed 4 fouls, played 7 minutes, I think a couple games ago, committed 4 fouls in that time. So it's really going to be that. I think that kind of holds him back from any substantial time, along with the fact that, with the increase of competition in conference play and the fact that, the team has a lot of guards, I don't think they're going to turn to him. But it was nice kind of being able to break down a little of his game. I think there's some pick and roll feel here. Good for him that he made, the 3 of his 4 shots, I believe, that he attempted. And again, wanted to highlight that I think that Mullen is a hard worker, good screen setter, and he's going to have to do those things because the team's going to need him in the immediate future with Conti out.